And the Bruins lead the way on TV 38.
Sunday night, Esa Tikkanen scored the hat-trick as the Bruins were left in ruins to the tune of 6-3. But if you think this team is packing it in, Ray Bourque says you'd better think again.
Obviously, we'd love to be in a better situation. It's kind of a good news, bad news situation where we're happy to be here. We had a great year, but we're down 3-0. But like an old cliche, it's not over till it's over. And
coming up, Game 4 between the Bruins and the Oilers. Live from the Boston Garden, the Bruins try to put Edmonton's brooms back in the closet and force a 5th game in the Stanley Cup Finals. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Boston Bruins Stanley Cup Hockey on TV 38. I'm Walt Perkins. And we here at TV 38 are pleased we can bring you Game 4 tonight, a game the Bruins must win to extend the 1987-88 NHL season. Now, historically, only one team has ever won the Stanley Cup after falling behind 3-0, and that was the 1941-42 Toronto Maple Leafs. But the Bruins aren't even thinking about a Game 7 at this point. Their thoughts are on Game 4. Now, during our intermissions tonight, we will be going to Sean McDonough for between-period interviews at the Garden. And following tonight's game, we will bring you live to the Bruins locker room. Now, should the Oilers prevail and complete the 4-game sweep, we will bring you into the Edmonton locker room as well. But right now, let's bring you Fred Cusick and Derek Sanderson for all of tonight's action.
Thank you, Walt. Game number 4, and going back to game number 3, a lot of controversy when Telvin ran into, they say, McSorley. I think it should have been a cross-check and a penalty to McSorley, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 5, but that's by the board. The Bruins have to forget about that. But the disruption to the Bruins was the absence of Telvin. That left them basically with 4 defensemen. Kluzak had to play right defense. Bourque didn't have Kluzak with him. I think that affected the game.
It certainly took the continuity out of the defense. You're going to have some problem with mobility back there without Michael Telvin. He had the ability to take the offensive chance, and he put himself in a couple, 3 times cold in Edmonton and was playing very well up until the point he was hit by McSorley in that game. So when you lose Telvin and the rest of the guys look at each other, they're going to have to double shift, and there isn't the extra body that the Bruins had that luxury all year. It was difficult.
Well, Ray Bourque, of course, the Bruins have counted on him for offense, but if he's got to play 35 minutes, then he's got to pace himself, and that's a factor in the game.
It can be a factor. Ray Bourque is a strong enough skater, and at this point in the game, fatigue, I don't believe, enters into it. I think Ray Bourque has got to do it now. He's got to go on offense. And caution to the wind. There's no sense really sitting back and waiting any longer, trying to move the puck to a moving winger, because Edmonton is shutting down with excellent positional play that pass out that's going to release the offensive aspects of the Bruins game. So I think it's Ray Bourque's going to have to do a little more skating, a little more puck handling. I
think Edmonton gets away with a lot. I think, and this is hard to say at this point, Calgary's a better team. They lost in 4 games because of Grant Fuhr. Fuhr, very much the story. He makes what I think is a vulnerable defense an adequate defense.
I thought so. I would have agreed with you, Fred, up until this point, having watched them 3 games in a row. And you yourself said it. Steve Smith is an excellent defenseman. He hasn't been getting the credit all year. Grant Fuhr has been back there. So they have the players back there. The Bruins have just not generated the offense because their forwards, Edmonton's forwards, are stepping in their way, clutching and grabbing, and not letting them jump on the puck handler, and that doesn't create any havoc. And without havoc, the Bruins, not being goal scorers, are in a little bit of trouble.
Well, the other night, Mo LeMay was the best of the forwards. He eluded those guys trying to clutch and grab them, got in there on the defenseman, and I think that's a key for Boston.
Has to be the key. That is what they have to do. The Edmonton forwards at this point have been slowing them up, but they have to skate around them. Randy Burridge is another example of that checking forward, that the Bruins have to have that from everyone tonight.
Okay, now I've said it. Calgary a better team. Here is Edmonton rolling along. We'll see what happens in game number 4, and we'll be back with the opening face-off in just a minute.
TV 38 Sports now in our 20th year of covering the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Brought to you in part by Atra Plus. Gillette made it smoother. New England Telephone. We're the one for you, New England. New England Telephone. By Budweiser. Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By the Massachusetts State Lottery. Have you played your number today? By Valvoline High Performance Motor Oil. Valvoline, because motor oil is not just motor oil. And by your local Dodge dealers. If you're ready for a new car that's exciting yet affordable, it's gotta be a Dodge.
Welcome back to the Boston Garden, Game 4. The Oilers are hoping it'll be the final game of this best-of-7 championship series. The Bruins are hoping that there will be a 5th game Thursday night in Edmonton. Derek, if there is a key individual in this hockey game aside from one of the two goaltenders, I would have to say it's the co-captain of the Boston Bruins, defenseman Raymond Borg. This is the kind of situation where he really needs to take over.
He has taken over in this whole playoff series. He led the team, showed them the way. Now he has to do that tonight. This is back against the wall type of situation. The old cliches all come out, Dave, but Ray Bork has to play his game tonight. Has to be moving, making the play when he's in motion.
And you really can't leave Andy Moog back to fend for himself totally, but there's no doubt about it. The Bruins are going to have to spice things up and take a few extra chances, and if it means 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s, so be it.
Part of the game. Goaltender gets paid for. Reggie Lemelin is getting the pass. And Andy Moog is more than up to the task. It's just a matter of you have to trust your goaltenders to play well.
Well, let's take a look at who will not be participating in tonight's hockey game, beginning with the Edmonton Oilers. Or no, let's start with the Boston Bruins. Tom McCarthy will not dress tonight. Michael Telvin, a little problem with the vision. He went over to Mass General this afternoon. Neurosurgeon took a look at him, and he had trouble focusing after lying down and popping up and trying to focus quickly. And they said, Michael, no way. So Telvin, who took the heavy hit from McSorley in Game 3, will not play tonight. Nevin Marquardt was hoping to play tonight, and he is. We've got him listed as a scratch, but Marquardt is on the ice, so Nevin will go. Willie Plett, Jay Miller, John Blum, Lyndon Byers, and Greg Johnston not dressing tonight. Lyndon, I saw him before the game, and he is very disappointed that shoulder did not respond. For the Edmonton Oilers, John Miner, Dave Hannon, Kelly Buchberger. Here's a kid that's going to make a splash in the future. Steve Dykstra, the veteran defenseman. Charlie Huddy. Also Corey, Ray, and Weimer not dressing tonight for the Edmonton Oilers.
Talked to Glenn Sather prior to the game. Charlie Huddy, one of his best defensemen, is available. He can play. He's healthy enough. But Glenn said, well, he's been injured, and the guys have been working hard, and they deserve the ones that are playing to play. So he's going to go with the winning combination.
All right, the teams are lined up on their blue lines. The officials are at center ice. And with mic in hand, Mr. Rene Rancourt, ready to perform both the American and the Canadian national anthem.
And American national anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing heart we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From afar and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red upon bursting air, they proved to the light that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that
Well, the crowd is ready for a Game 5 Thursday.
Are they ever?
Now let's see if the Bruins are ready to play a Game 5 Thursday.
Well, they've definitely opted for a little more speed.
There's Denny Morrell, the referee, with Kevin Collins and Swede Knox. The linesman, the standby linesman, is Ray Scapadello, and Andy Van Helleman on by as the standby referee. Grant Fuhr in goal. Need to say any more than Grant Fuhr? It says just about everything when it comes to goaltending in the National Hockey League or anywhere else in the world. He has been fantastic. Andy Moog, brilliant in Game 1 in a losing effort. Terry O'Reilly is hoping he can match that effort, maybe surpass it, because the Bruins need an outstanding effort from everyone tonight in order to keep Edmonton from skating with the cup when this one is over. We're set to go. Here's Fred.
Mark Messier and Ken Linsman. We're underway. Bork with it. At center ice, he's able to poke it up. Muni knocks it away, and it's a breakaway for Anderson over the line and in for a score! Anderson scores, and it took 10 seconds on a backhander.
Well, we said it before the puck ever dropped. You take chances, sometimes you're going to get burned.
Right to see that happen. Sometimes that's the kiss of death. I've been in, maybe 20 times I've been in that situation where I've either been on the team that scored it or got scored against. And it really doesn't affect the outcome of the game.
Raymond got tripped up as he tried to dump it in. And then Anderson out to the races. Just a little poke.
Messier keeps it in. Now it's deflected away, and the Bruins break it out. LeMay, right wing. Coming on Lowe. He's hit by Lowe. Breaks away from him. Goes to the corner. Gets it to Crowder. Crowder check. Linsman fights to keep it in. Crowder battling for it. LeMay keeps it in. LeMay swings behind the net. Check. Battles for it still. He was tied up by Mooney. And the puck cleared out. Ray Bork with it. Bork bothered and trying to break his Tikkanen. He stopped. And Kuzak breaks it out. Up for LeMay. LeMay has to wind up with it. Now clears it in as Boston changes up. But Edmonton takes a quick 1-0 lead. Anderson in for a backhand score. 10 seconds into the game. And it's tipped in by Curry now. Back for it. Wesley trying to move it out. Bruins have it. In the center ice. Casper. Now to Larson. Offside. He put it in the net, and outside is Marquardt. No goal. Larson beat Fuhr from the blue line, but no goal. Marquardt was offside.
Yeah, no question about it, Fred.
Just could not stay onside.
Boy,
That is
never
no
tried.
goal. A real bad break for the Bruins. But a good sign that they jump back in it.
Nevin tried so hard. When they crisscrossed, Nevin's already in the zone. Now watch him try to get back, but Reed's there. He can't get back.
Larson beats Fuhr, but it doesn't count. And Greggs works it over the line, broken up, and Larson gets it back for Casper. Casper's checked immediately at center ice, gets it again. Larson, a good hit, knocked Portnoy down. And up to center ice, Marquardt able to tap it in. Moves in, tries to hit Bukaban. Bukaban able to work it up the boards. And the Oilers break it out, but intercepted by Casper. Casper bothered by McCavish, forced back in the Boston zone. Now plays it up on the right wing side to Larson, away to Burridge, and a penalty, matching penalties coming up here. Casper involved in deep, and Lacombe, I believe, and 2 minutes played, 1-0 Edmonton.
I couldn't believe Denny Morrell let that first hook on LeMay behind the net. Standing right in front of him.
Under his chin.
Now he calls this.
Well, I guess you can call them both on that.
Playing a little more spirited tonight. They're not coming out.
Well, you notice the two guys that are leading the hit parade, the two guys that have been chomping at the bit to get into this series. Larson with a big hit, and then Nevin Marquardt with a big hit in the Edmonton end.
Teams are at full strength. Janney, Joyce, and Neely on, and 2 men forechecking Ray Bourque. Bourque gets it back from Neely. Neely knocked down by McSorley. His Bourque a shot. This one is deflected into the stands by Bukabaum, but McSorley tagged Neely there and knocked him down.
Cam skated by Denny Morrell and did again. Twice he skated by, still talking to Morrell, saying, hey, look, if I'm going to turn the cheek and take a hit, you're not going to make the call, then I'll just take care of it myself.
That's the key to the game, right? Dave, what they're going to do, if they're going to call him, the guys will take it. If you don't, they'll go out and discipline the opponents themselves. Here's the shot by Reed Larson. Roofed it, crossbarred it from the blue line.
Both goaltenders, first shots at him in the net.
The way the puck's bouncing. Theirs counts, ours doesn't.
The draw right to Peterson, the shot, and he missed the net. And the rebound out to Gretzky. Gretzky over the line. Drops it in for Curry. Curry checked by Peterson. Kept it back to Curry to Gretzky. Shot, a save by Moog on Gretzky. Big one. Breakout Boston. Neely. Neely fires in wide. A Fuhr didn't miss by much. Puck cleared away, and with it, Ray Bourque. Right back. Janney trying to poke it in, but Joyce had not cleared the zone. Big stop by Moog on Gretzky. With the score, Edmonton 1, Boston 0. We'll return to the Garden in a moment.
Here's a little flip ahead to Glenn Anderson. This is how Anderson was able to beat Moog. Backhander.
What he does, that is that infamous backhander. Everybody in the league really doesn't like to use it, but he's getting tugged at and played with. Just unfortunate. You can't pick that up. It hits the hole, it's going at you dead.
Greg Hoggood makes his debut in the playoffs. Played 1 game for Boston. He's on defense with Kluzak. Puck is cleared away. Hoggood blocks it at center ice, pokes it back up. Lowe trying to make a play. Hoggood after it, and it goes to Sweeney. Sweeney to Middleton. Middleton lost it over the blue line. And back comes Krushelnyski to drop it in the Boston zone. Back for it goes Kluzak. Kluzak trying to move it up. It stopped. Driven right back over the head of Andy Moog. Forechecking here, and Krushelnyski keeps it in. Wraps it in deep, looking for McClellan. Goes Acton in the corner. He's hit. O'Dwyer trying to clear it away. Hoggood trying to get it. Sweeney and Hoggood. Sweeney gets it. Now around the other side. Middleton, a left winger on the line. Taps it out. Breaking Sweeney. Good break here. A 3-on-1 possibility, and the Bruins fail to make it pay off. Sweeney was intercepted. Back comes Sweeney on the left wing side to clear it in. 1-0 Edmonton. Oilers 2 shots, Bruins none. That one by Larson doesn't count. Breaking Messier. A lot of speed on Larson. In. Forced wide. Behind the net. Lost it to Larson. Larson gets it around the board. The Bruins break it out. In the middle comes Lindman. Lindman hit as he tried to penetrate the defense. And right back comes Simpson to Anderson to Messier to Anderson. The shot blocked in front. It trickled in dangerously close at the crease. With the score, Edmonton 1, Boston 0. We'll return to the Garden in a moment.
Boy, the way Anderson held that. What a beautiful drop pass by Messier, but a crowd out in front of Andy Moog.
In deep, Peterson trying to move it out. Goes to Bourque. Bourque couldn't set a play. And back for it, Smith. Icing.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed with the way Hoggood didn't hesitate one bit, jumping up to make it a 3-on-1 on that run.
He was gone, too.
And he was there.
Bob Sweeney gets it over to him. Just hit the blade of the stick. Softened the puck. ever so slightly to slow that up. The Quincy Youth Arena is going to have a new pro shop under Billy Skinner. It's going to open up Tuesday, May 31st. Gives a lot of kids a chance to get some good equipment.
Face off now to the left of Andy Moog. 1-0 Edmonton. A goal by Anderson. Ray Bourque looking for Marquardt. He's checked. Casper fires it away. Curry taps it back in his own zone all the way to Fuhr. Oilers control, and Gregg starts it out, intercepted by Burridge. Burridge for Casper. Casper along the line. Gets it across for Peterson. Peterson a shot. Save and a rebound. Casper can't get it. First shot by Peterson right on. And back comes Curry. Gretzky. Pass in front. Knocked away by Peterson. Fought for in the corner. Out of it comes Bourque. Ray up the center looking for Marquardt. And it's icing. Backford Bukabaum first. Marquardt was indecisive there.
Well, I think he was trying to stay outside, wasn't he?
No, he never saw it. He was kind of turning into it, and he never saw the play come up. He was waiting to go to the centerman. Then he was going to figure out what to do. I think you'll see that Nevin Reedy never gets to see it. Here's the shot.
Well, you were talking to
There's
Al
the save.
Peterson before the game. You told him to shoot.
Shoot, Al.
Does he
Shoot.
do everything you tell him to do?
Yeah, well.
Well, tell him to score.
He's very coachable, Al Peterson. He hits the net with his first shot. He gets a goal.
Well, never
There's a little
said I
bit
can't
of a
get the
slash.
puck.
Then a slam.
Face off now to the right of Andy Moog. 1-0 Edmonton. 14:55 left in the first period. Simpson, McSorley drives it to the corner. Simpson going for it. Away from Hoggard. Hoggard gets the puck. Hoggard, the rookie. Out, good pass to O'Dwyer. A break here. The shot, the save. O'Dwyer fired from 50 feet. And Fuhr knocked it away. And Hoggard tries a hit on Simpson. Slowed him down. And picking it up, a swing over the line. For O'Dwyer trying to cut in. Trip. Penalty on Edmonton. McSorley out for tripping. First power play to Boston.
Well, how many people will Billy O'Dwyer want to thank when he receives the Oscar on that one?
With the score, Edmonton 1, Boston nothing. We'll return to the Garden in a moment.
Morrell isn't calling much, so he's going to help. As soon as the stick goes in between the legs, Billy spins.
Kenny even closed his legs to make sure the stick come with him.
Good play on the part of O'Dwyer. He
Billy's
helped
been
Morrell
around.
with that one.
Billy's been around.
He does that really nicely.
Power play Boston. The puck knocked to the Boston end. McTavish down in pursuit of Bourque. Bourque winding up with Janney, Joyce, Neely, Wesley. Away to Janney. Janney wraps it in wide. Neely to the corner with Lowe. They go bumping. Lowe gets the puck. Lowe gets a little screen. He's intercepted. Joyce fires. Missed the net on a second bid. Great chance for Boston as Janney broke up the play. Joyce had it. And a big stop by Fuhr, and then they missed the net.
Bob's talking to himself now, Fred. Now he's talking to Denny Morrell.
Now you're going to get a chance to see it right here. Right there. Great stick play. Stick ability with Greg Janney right there. Now the pop shot goes left. Nobody can get it. Tough break. Keep working like that. Things can happen.
Well, we have seen some skills from Craig Janney.
Oh.
The other night, he took it away from Lowe and Curry. He just intercepted there and really set up a glorious chance for Joyce.
Just goes by his feet. Tough break.
Face off to the left of Fuhr. Power play Boston. Bruins trail. Linsman fights, gets it back to Bourque. Really had to work for it. Back in for Crowder. Over in the corner, it's taken now by McTavish. McTavish skates it out. Wesley gave that away, and it's Messier with it. Messier checked, and the Bruins start back. Crowder, good break here. 3-on-2. Over the line, along the line for Sweeney. He was in, couldn't handle the puck. Gets it in the corner, gives it to Crowder. Crowder hit, fights for it. Crowder has it. Wheeling back to Bourque. Bourque fires in, the screen save. Linsman a save. Fuhr made 2 in a row there on Bourque and Linsman on the power play. Puck is knocked out to center ice. Bourque with it. Wesley trying to move it back in. 55 seconds left. Boston power play. They had 2 shots in a row, and Fuhr came up big. At the Boston end, Bourque winding up. Way to Kluzak. Kluzak off for it. Neely can't get it. Janney does. and loses it at the line to Gretzky. Gretzky clears it away. 30 seconds left. Reed Larson out with Janney. Away to Neely. He can't hang on. And it's cleared away by Smith. Penalty almost out. Kluzak winding up with 15 seconds on the power play for Boston. Long one to Neely. Handles this one. Checked at center ice, though. Did not get control. McTavish back to Simpson. Simpson with Larson losing his stick. A shot and a save by Moog. And behind the net, knocked around the boards by Neely. Now Larson with it. Larson gets it up full strength to Edmonton. Janney breaks, picking up Joyce and Neely over the line. Holds, puts it in front. Knocked away by Fuhr as Neely headed for the net. And Messier starts it out full strength Edmonton. Messier back over the line, looking for Simpson. Peterson checks him. Back for Burridge. Burridge up the boards. Janney able to wheel it out. And the loose puck is picked up by Marquardt. He's over the line with Bourque. Drops it for Bourque. Bourque goes deep. In front. Knocked away. A high backhand pass. And a penalty coming up on Edmonton. Again.
Tripping call.
Bruins will have their second power play. Edmonton 1, Boston nothing. Will return in a moment.
Well, a good shot in on net, and Fuhr is there. Now watch Linsman pounce on the rebound. Tried to go right between the pads again.
Got a little too high. Almost gets on the next one.
Now this will be the tripping call on Mark Messier.
Back behind the screen here. Back at center ice. Both of them tripped him. That's indicative of the Edmonton Oilers. They're a little chippy, a little arrogant.
They're not as intense as they were for the first 3 games.
Ray Bourque's about playing the whole first period. 8 minutes played. He's out there again. Power play. Lisbon gets it to him. On the line, fires, and it's deflected high by Krushelnyski. Muni trying to clear it out. Can't do it. Driven back in by Wesley. Controlled now by Lowe. He clears it out. Stopped by Bourque. Bourque looking for Crowder, but Muni is there to break it up. And the Bruins have to regroup at the Boston end. Curry is out with Gretzky, penalty killers. Second power play Boston, 1-0 Edmonton. Anderson the score. Bourque weaves, gets it over the line, gives it to Crowder. Crowder in deep, trying to put it in front. Deflects away to Gretzky, and he breaks it out with Curry. A lead for Curry into the corner. Curry is there, gets it behind the net, hit hard by Bourque. Ridden off the puck, and Linsman starts it out in the power play. Linsman almost hit Crowder, almost an extra man on the ice. Neely gets it over the line. Neely for Sweeney. Sweeney fails to make a pass or a shot with Linsman open. Bruins squandering opportunities. They've outshot Edmonton 7-4, helped by a couple of power plays. A minute left on their second one. Way to Janney. Way to Neely. Off for Larson. Larson over the line. In on the left for Joyce. Joyce to Neely. Check back to Kluzak. Kluzak moves it to Neely. Neely to Larson. Larson, a shot. Wow. He was looking for somebody to redeflect that. Couldn't do it. And it's in now to Janney. Janney fell down in the corner. Now check back is Joyce. Joyce gets it. Joyce to Janney. Janney trying to poke it back. Pulls it away smartly. Works it back for Larson. Larson, a shot. Missed the net. In deep. Joyce fights for him. And it's tied up for a face-off. Heavy action in there as Janney and Neely are banging away at Smith.
Smith popped Janney well after the whistle, and Cam didn't want to pick up a penalty, but he wanted to get a point across, although Steve Smith is a pretty big guy, too. He could easily make a point of his own, Derek.
Now, what you got to do, you got to protect Greg Janney under all circumstances.
Oh, what a great opportunity.
Bother him or take the body. You've got to straighten him out right away. You can't hit Gretzky. You can't hit Janney.
Looked like Bob Sweeney wanted to take the shot and lost it on the dribble, and then said, well, I'll make the pass, and lost it again on the dribble.
No, he wanted the shot, then saw the play to Linsman on his forehand and ready. Kenny probably hollered. He took the peek and lost the puck.
Janney, Neely, Joyce, Bourque and Wesley, 10:19 left first period, 1-0 Edmonton, and Anderson goal.
Well, the Bruins got to take advantage of some of these great opportunities, because pretty soon the Giants going to wake up.
Krushelnyski on the faceoff with Janney to the left of Fuhr. And Krushelnyski wins it, and it's cleared. Gretzky down in pursuit of Larson. And Moog. Moog to Bork. Bork on the wing to Neely. Neely breaks. Back to Bork. Bork trying to move it in. Gets it off now to Joyce. Joyce back to Bork. Bork check. Rides it in to Neely. Neely hit. Broken up. Lowe trying to come out. Can't do it. Check by Joyce to Janney in the corner. Janney trying to get free. Does. Janney behind the net to Neely. Shot blocked. In front. Never reached Buer. Kept in by Joyce. Joyce in the corner. Broken up. And out comes Gretzky into center ice. The penalty is up. They have survived the 2 power plays by Boston. Boston 7 shots, Edmonton 4. Edmonton leads 1-0. 9:30 left, first period. Gretzky makes one of those blind passes that connects with McSorley. Puck banged around. Anderson is checked. O'Dwyer taps it in wide of Buer. McSorley cleared it to nowhere. Should be icing. They say no. Kluzak is hit by Simpson trying to come out. McSorley happens to keep it in. Hogwood is on. Checked by Simpson. And it's taken by Hogwood around for LeMay. LeMay can't move it out. Batted around. Rolls in wide. Middleton able to clear it out quickly. A rookie on defense for Boston. Greg Hogwood, 20 years old. And in Middleton on a steal in the zone. Trying to drop it in front. It's knocked away. In front. Never reached. O'Dwyer, who was checked on the play, fought for behind the net. Middleton trying to get it free. Bruins battle indeed, and it's tied up for a face-off. Score, Edmonton 1, Boston nothing. We'll return to the Garden in a moment.
Awfully high on Gord Kluzak here, Derek.
That's an elbow. I don't know what he's doing. He's just going to say both of them got their sticks up. Right here, Gordy's got his head down a little bit. Sees him, but it's too late. The punch was what he should have been called for. Shows good discipline on Kluzak's part. Gets a strap across his eyes. Tough to see like that, Gordy. Get that out of the way.
Casper on the draw. Marquardt at right wing and Burridge at left wing. With Reed Larson and Glenn Wesley. 8:33 left in the first period. 1-0 Oilers. Krushelnyski and Casper. Won by Casper, but intercepted by the left winger, by the center, Acton. Now Wesley gets it up for Burridge. He can't control it. Kevin Collins trapped there by a battle of players on the boards. And finally, Greg pops it in all the way to Moog. Wesley back. Wesley clears it around, hit the linesman. Knocked out by Boston and breaking Casper. Casper over the line. Casper looking to make a pass, and he's broken up. With the Bruins really penetrating then. In fact, they're still in the zone. And this is now called for an offside pass by Knox. 8 minutes left in the first period. 1-0 the Oilers.
The Oilers have picked it up a little bit, Derek. They realize that, hey, you know, if we're not careful.
You're checking their man well. They're playing excellent position, so neither one of them has to go too far to accomplish much.
Well, it's getting a little foggy at the Garden again. Not quite as hot as it was the other night. Thunderstorms this afternoon kind of cooled things off just a little bit, but hot enough. Right now, the heat is off that guy's team. Glenn Sather, John Muckler.
McTavish out with Courtnall and Lacombe. Janney, Neely, and Joyce. Tavish clears it in. Ray Bork back. Lacombe barreling into Peterson again. Boy, he's been banging into the Boston defense. Norm Lacombe acquired from Buffalo. Bruins down to forecheck. Around the boards it goes to Courtnall. He's able to tap it out. Lacombe breaks. On Peterson. Bork getting back. The shot is wide. Oh, he ripped that one off with plenty of steam. Low now. Up for McTavish. Check with it. Bork. Peterson. Allen can't get it. Now does. Intercepted. McTavish back and a big save. Moog on McTavish. 35-footer. Now it is back for Greg. Greg's pass. Muni rather. His pass in. Deflected wide. Bruins in trouble now. And McTavish is flattened by Neely. Oh, hit hard. Out comes Joyce. Gets it away to Neely. Neely breaks. And the pass to Neely is ruled offside.
Quick McTavish. He ran into a truck there. Cam Neely's been waiting to nail somebody. He got hit hard by McSorley. Right here, up, bang. Oops. See you later, Craig. Well, Craig says, I'm not going to do that anymore. Enough of getting caught in
Come
here.
in a little bit lower.
Here's Andy Moog. Key spot here. He's on top of the crease. Gets the blocker out. Quick as a cat. Quality shot from that area. Lee Rayborg not reaching out to touch that in any way. Leave that for the goaltender. You redirect those. It's too late. Nothing that can be done about that.
Face-off just inside the Boston line. 7:06 left in the first period. Anderson, the only scorer of the game. The Oilers lead 1-0. 7 shots Boston, 6 for Edmonton. That was good checking by the McTavish line on the Janney line. And that's what Sather wants to do if he can. Out there now, Teakin and Curry, Gretzky. Kluzak wheels away from Gretzky, breaks to center ice. Chased by Gretzky, and way outside on the play is Crowder. Now clears the zone, but Edmonton in control. Looking maybe to make a long pass up to Wayne Gretzky. Finally, it's around to Randy Gregg. Pass out, stop, taken over by Hogwood, who's on with Kluzak. Linsman is checked back in. Kluzak winding up. Curry is held off by Moog. The net dislodged, I believe, and that hurt Boston. Kluzak breaking out with the puck. With the score, Edmonton 1, Boston 0. We'll return to Boston Garden in just a minute.
Here we go.
Oh, Glenn Sather has told his guys, you know how Linsman operates. Don't let him get to you. Well, Curry didn't let Jenny get to him, but couldn't help but get to Moog.
Kind of crossbarred himself back there with the net. Hammond just got all tied up. Terry O'Reilly has a friend here tonight, Dave.
Yeah, Sal Separino, who's a popular teacher at Somerville High School, is Terry's guest, and hopefully his good luck charm tonight.
Larson breaks. Fires. Save. Pure. He handled that one. And in the corner, Sweeney battling to keep it in. Around it goes to Curry. Curry is checked in the play now, bats it out to the Boston end. Tikkanen going for Larson. Icing just made the goal line.
He's the
Face off now in the Edmonton end. 6:01 left here in period number 1. Reed Larson getting his second scoring opportunity. Put this shot on, a hard one, directly up the middle on Pure. He had beaten him earlier, but Marquardt was offside. So it is Edmonton leading 1-0. Mark Messier, sturdy, speedy, center iceman. On a line that almost matches Gretzky, Tikkanen, and Curry. He is Anderson and Simpson. O'Dwyer with Middleton on the left and Sweeney on the right. Back. Fort shot blocked. Fort battling to keep it in. Can't do it. Simpson breaks out against Peterson. One-on-one. Peterson broke him up. Now they go to the corner. Simpson and Peterson, and the puck knocked in front. Now knocked away. And they're calling Peterson a penalty. Dreadful call. Dreadful call. 2 men battling. And he calls him for holding.
Craig Simpson has gotten away with a cheap shot on Kluzak, a punch there on Peterson prior. Al goes in to take the body. It's 2 men going for the puck, trying to outmuscle each other.
I hope we pick it up early enough, Derek, because Simpson treated Peterson the same way Dick Kluzak came in high.
Score 1. Edmonton 1, Boston 0. We'll return in just a minute.
After the penalty, 14 minutes, 22 seconds. Boston's Alan Peterson, 2 minutes for holding at 14:22.
Well, we're back.
Hey,
Bruins short-handed.
Denny Morrell, open your eyes, Denny. You're missing a good game.
Oh, that looked like it's tried to even the score a little bit. It's time for an Edmonton power play. Hal didn't complain about it, but
I know it looks like that, but if it is, it shouldn't be. Right here, they're going for it pretty good. They're just muscling. That's hockey. That's what you're supposed to do. Take your man. Billy O'Dwyer has his. The puck is now in Peterson's feet right there. He's going to call on.
Well, especially the way Morrell's not calling anything when Simpson comes in high with forearms and gloves and sticks up. Came at Kluzak that way, and he came at Peterson that way when he broke him up coming in to shoot on Andy Moog. I don't understand the call.
Power play Edmonton, their first of the game. And it's Gretzky quickly back for Smith. Gretzky in front, knocked away by Moog. And Bork is being called. Wait a minute. A two-man advantage, Edmonton.
You know,
oh boy,
there's got to be a little discretion involved on the part of official. There's got to be some discretion involved.
Oh, well,
he had no right skating through the crease. That's Andy's territory.
People don't know what's going on.
Now you be the judge. Here's the pass. He's skating through the crease. Pad out. There he is, tripping before Bork ever touches him. He's already tripping.
He's airborne over Moog's foot.
That's two in a row that Denny's going for the hat trick. Beautiful.
Unfortunate. All right, go kill it.
Wow, gee, giving Edmonton a 5-on-3 is like asking to kill a 5-on-4 without a goaltender. I mean, this is all but automatic. Not to discredit the Bruin penalty killers, it has no reflection on them, but you're talking about the best power play and talent there is. I mean, 5-on-3. Come on, you gotta use your discretion a little bit. I don't think there was any use there. Now both teams have two power plays, and at the end of the night, you'll check the sheet and say, hey, he called a pretty even game.
And it's Ray Bork.
Right.
Your #1 penalty-killing defenseman. Good draw by Casper.
Larson trying to clear it, does. 1:45 before the Bruins get the first man back. As Peterson and Bork, a couple of defensemen are in there. So it's Larson and Kluzak and Casper. Two-man advantage for Edmonton. It is their fourth two-man advantage in the series. Fourth. Gretzky. Curry. Save Moog. Rebound. Messier held off by Larson. Puck batted around. Messier taps it back. Anderson back for Curry. Curry for Gretzky, who's the lone point man. Back to Gretzky again. The shot, the save, Andy Moog.
Now this crowd is rallying behind Andy Moog. They got revved up after Anderson's goal in the first 10 seconds, and now they're counting on Andy to bail this club out in this tough situation. He had a tough time with the first shot, Derek, because I think it was on edge. It was kind of a knuckleball that went in on him.
Off speed. Never got a handle on it after that. Anderson kind of stuffed it around. He was going for that hole between his legs. Never got to the puck.
But this one by Curry was whistled.
This one he saw all the way.
Face-off coming up to the right of Moog. Killed some time so that Terry O'Reilly can keep Larson and Kluzak out there with Lindsman now joining them. Curry and Gretzky are the point men. Messier is up front with Simpson and Tikkanen. Face-off to the right of Andy Moog. 1:07 before they get one man back. Curry keeps it in, now to Gretzky. Gretzky to Curry, lets it go! Kick-out save. Lindsman can't clear it. Kept in by Gretzky again after a good stop there. Tikkanen back to Gretzky. Tikkanen lets it go, and it breaks in for the score. The power play. He just overpowered Moog, and it is 2-0 Edmonton.
I'd like to see that face-off again.
Not sure who's going to get an assist on this, but Morrell should get one of the two. Boy, Moog did a good job.
How to ruin a good hockey game.
Andy did a good job making that first save. But this one, point blank, it'll be hit so darn hard. They just can't keep it up. He'll get a stick on it, but this is drilled.
Gretzky goes back to Tikkanen.
Yeah, you do as much as you can with a shot from 20 feet out.
You can't. If it doesn't hit you, you're dead.
It is still a power play for Edmonton with a two-man advantage.
They've scored on 3 of their 4 5-on-3 situations in this series.
Bruins trying to break it up. Can't. Gretzky breaks it out. Gretzky over the line. In. Shot. Save. Move. Puck not cleared. Kept in. Over to Gretzky. Gretzky holding in the corner. Still a power play. A lot of fog accumulating now. Gretzky to Curry. Back again. Now across for Smith. Shot blocked. Larson trying to clear it. Can't. Kept in again for Gretzky behind the net. Pokes it in front. Knocked away by Casper and cleared out. 15 seconds left. Edmonton leads 2-0. 3:40 left in the first period. O'Dwyer checks Curry. He winds up again. Curry over the line. Drops it. Trying to break in is Acton. He's checked in the play. Bruins back at full strength. Now break it up. Here comes O'Dwyer. Picking up Middleton. And Sweeney. Sweeney tapped it in front, but the Bruins can't get the shot away. In front on Muir. Pure, and around the boards it goes to Kuzak. Wraps it in deep for Sweeney. Sweeney puts it in front. Knocked away by Curry. He's checked. Middleton with it. Middleton for Hoggard. The rookie in. Scores! Greg Hoggard, the 20-year-old rookie. His first as a Bruin. And it's 2-1.
Yeah.
What Terry O'Reilly put him out there for.
Oh, did you love the patience?
You're watching a replay, this little delay. This kid's a goal scorer. He calmed the puck down and then went upstairs.
He
You
waited.
see, he didn't. He saw some traffic in front of him. When he gets the puck out in front of the net, about 35 feet out, nice dump pass, still bouncing, is off his foot, waits a second, now finds a hole with Gear down.
I like his reaction afterwards.
There he calms it down, now he waits. Up over the glove, nobody can get to that.
Boy, and when he waited to settle it down, Derek, that's when Fuhrer went down. That made the whole play go. Fuhrer went for the one-time fake. Well, what a way to make a splash. Not a bad first NHL goal. I think you'll remember that one. Game 4 against the defending champs.
He's got to be one happy boy.
Nice start.
He's a great guy, too.
He has a lot more coming in his career.
Sweeney and Middleton get the assist, and the Bruins get their first score. 2-1, Edmonton. Courtnall breaking, loses to Bork. Bork can't set up Janney. Now Courtnall trying to come back, and he's hit. Away comes Bruins with Janney and Neely over the line. The shot, the save, Fuhrer, and he hangs on. Face off to the right of Fuhrer. The drive by Joyce. Rick Middleton, 100th National Hockey League playoff point with the assist on the goal by Hoggood. Let's look at the goal again.
You'll find not many guys in this league have 100 points in Stanley Cup play. Great shot by Greg Hoggood. Tremendous composure. Took his time. He wasn't teed up right. When he reshuffled, body weight, kept the leverage on the puck. Had Pierre down. No way he was going to shoot it on the ice.
Puck goes around the boards. Smith with it. Bork intercepts, keeps it in. Crowder going for it, can't get it. Heavy action in the corner now. LeMay trying to get away from Smith. Finally, the puck driven back in wide, and Gregg takes over. Edmonton leads 2-1, 2:14 left in the first period. Edmonton, 12 shots, Boston 10. Oilers clear it in. Anderson goes deep, but Bork is there. For Crowder. Oh, he is smashed. That's a penalty. Simpson with his back to Simpson. He smashed into the boards and no call. And that, of course, precipitates a lot.
That is the automatic call that we talked about. A couple of games, the Bruins were called for one. He lets that go. I can't understand it. Right there. Bang.
Well, what Morrell is saying is he didn't get all of Crowder, right? He didn't really break his back.
Yeah, didn't kill him.
1:59 left in the first period. Edmonton leads 2-1.
Nice guy, too, Denny Morrell.
Face-off now to the right of Andy Moog. Edmonton goals by Anderson and Tikkanen, and Greg Hoggard, the 20-year-old rookie defenseman for Boston, out of junior hockey, scored. Drive by Messier right on, a save by Moog. Rebound Kluzak. Kluzak starts it out in the center ice. Working hard over the line, stops, clears it in deep. Burridge going in on Greg, hits him into the corner. It is Marquardt scrapping for it, and Greg. Now it goes behind the net. Smith there. Smith check deep, rolls in front to Fury, covers it up, and Marquardt and Burridge against a couple of big men really raised havoc in that Edmonton end.
That's what you need, that quickness. Two guys on the puck, buzzing around. A lot of things happen. At the best of times out there, you don't have much time to think. Edmonton Oilers react and execute extremely well, but like anybody else, if you're on them, they have to take a gamble pass. They have to cough it up and dump it away.
Craig and Burridge. Marquardt. And they forced the face-off in that end. There is Smith. He was trying to make a pass, and he made it.
No, he knew he was going to get hit. Took his eye off the puck to make the safeguard himself.
1:36 left, first period, 2-1 Edmonton. O'Dwyer on the face-off to the right of Fuhr. Middleton in the corner, trying to get it. Handle to it, can't do it. It's knocked away. Overskated by Curry. Curry taps it up, stopped by Larson. Larson can't connect with O'Dwyer. Knocked back in by Gregg, maybe icing. It is. First there is Wesley. 1:21 left, the face-off in the Edmonton end. The shots are 13 Edmonton and 10 for Boston. And Edmonton scored again on a two-man advantage.
Can't believe that that's four of them. They're unanswered. You're going to even things up or call equal penalties during the night. Then the Bruins should have 3 or 4 if you want to call it that way.
Janney out with Joyce and Neely. Larson, who's played a fine game, scored a goal that didn't count because of an offside. He's on with Wesley. Janney trying to get it, and it's back to Wesley. Wesley in a jam, clears it up, blocked. Muni trying to come out, and it's cleared away to Gretzky. Gretzky, center ice, backhands it in. Batted away now by Boston. Picked up by Joyce. He was looking for a whistle. There wasn't any. And Joyce trying to go in, and he's hit on the boards. Gets the puck to Janney. Janney can't control it for a shot or a pass. Cleared. With it, Wesley. Wesley now to Larson. Larson for Neely. Neely and Tikkanen. Tikkanen breaks it up, clears it in. Stopped by Moog. Picked up by Wesley. Less than a minute left. Bruins trying to come out. Janney does. Janney rolls it in. Neely tripped by Tikkanen. He had knocked down Tikkanen, and Tikkanen is going out for tripping Neely. 35 seconds left. And a power play for Boston. They've had 2. Face off to the left of Fuhr. Neely had knocked down Tikkanen and then was tripped.
Neely's trying to keep the blue line. He's trying to stay onside. Tikkanen's not going to let him. Right there, now he decides to tuck his feet around Neely's legs. Not allowed to do that, Essa.
For Boston, Linsman out. Ray Bourque with Gord Kluzak. The Boston scorer by 20-year-old Greg Hoggard out of Kamloops Junior Hockey. Played 1 game prior in regular season in Vancouver.
48 goals, 85 assists in 62 games this year.
Puck back to Bourque. Bourque quickly into Linsman. Linsman intercepted by Messier. Try to drop it to Bourque, and Messier gets it back out. Drops it in deep. Kushelinsky tried to put it on net. Misses. 20 seconds left in the period. Kluzak drives it in. Wide of Fuhr. He handles it. Hangs on. Face-off. 14 seconds left. Face off to the left of Pure. Power play Boston, 1:39 left on the power play, so it will extend into the second period unless Boston scores. Edmonton 14 shots, Boston 10 in this first period. Edmonton scores. Anderson and Tikkanen with a two-man advantage. The Boston score by Hoggood. H-A-W-G-O-O-D. Colorful, small defenseman. And Pat Stapleton played very well for Chicago, and he was a big
All-star, tremendous. He moves the puck well. One thing you don't want him to do is take the body that often. Play the puck.
Linsman trying to get it. But Ganny, for Neely, can't put it on net. Neely pokes it around the boards. Linsman going for it. Back for Bork. Bork, a screen shot. Save. Pure. And Morale is whistling for a face-off. But puck went loose as Pure had the right glove out. Couldn't hang on to it. On the Bork shot. 4 seconds left in the period.
What a save by Grant Pure. What he does. Watch the Bork shot. Watch Pure. Right there. He's on top of the whole thing. He's well out of his crease. Not much is going to get by him that far out. Excellent play by Grant Pure. 99% of the goaltenders in the world would have been back in their net. He's a good 7-8 feet on top of his crease.
Bruins take the goaltender out, Moog, with 4 seconds left. Linsman will draw, and they'll hope for a quick screen. 4 seconds left in the period.
Got to win this face-off. There isn't enough time for the Oilers to get it down and get a shot on the net should they win it clean.
It's down. It's loose. It's Bork. It's a shot. Blocked. Linsman a shot. A save by Pure. Linsman's might have been a little late. Bork did not reach him. It was deflected wide. And the period ends. And they do count it as a shot. At the end of the first period, the score, Edmonton 2 and Boston 1. We'll return with first period highlights right after this message.
Okay, Fred, thank you very much. So, one period is history in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and in just a moment, we will return to the Garden with Sean McDonough, who is standing by with Cam Neely. Now, don't forget, win or lose, we will be in the Bruins locker room following tonight's hockey game. If the Stanley Cup is awarded to the Oilers tonight by virtue of a win, we will also bring you the locker room celebration and post-game comments from the Oilers. Now, you notice the fog on the ice at Boston Garden. I think it's a little worse tonight than it was Sunday night when the Celtics were in there in the afternoon, but that's one of the reasons why the Zamboni is on hand to see what it can do with the ice in these weather conditions. Of course, when the Bruins played the New Jersey Devils in the last series, we saw that there was a lot of complaints about the ice because of the weather and the fact that we are into late May. So the Zamboni and its operator will be earning its pay tonight, and we'll see what happens coming up with a feature on the Zamboni. Let's go right now back to the Garden. Sean McDonough and Cam Neely.
All right, thank you very much, Walt. Cam, Walt was just talking about the ice. How is the ice surface here tonight?
Well, it's a little slushy out there, of course, because it's so humid. It's making the puck bounce a lot, but it's like that for both teams, so we're going to have to make the best of it.
A lot of people wondered how the Bruins would come out for tonight's game. Would they have 100% intensity, or would they be a little bit let down being behind 3 games tonight? Your feeling about the intensity level of the team in the first period?
Oh, I thought we came out pretty strong. I mean, nobody in this team's a quitter, and we're certainly not going to quit. We want to play the best we can and see what happens from there. I mean, you know, we're down 3-0, but, you know, we can't pack it in. Like I say, no one's going to quit on this team, and we're just going to go out and do our best.
Like the goal 10 seconds in by Anderson, did that change the intensity or the feeling on the bench at all from what you came out of the locker room with?
No, not at all. I mean, there's lots of hockey left after that goal. I mean, it was unfortunate it happened, but, you know, we still had almost 3 periods to do something, and we came back. We came back pretty strong. We got a power play goal, but, you know, we come back with Greg's goal, and it turned out, you know, to be a 1-goal game right now, and anything can happen.
You talk about that power play goal, another 5-on-3 for Edmonton, when it seemed like when you guys were on the power play earlier in the hockey game, there were a couple of instances when you had people tackled out in front of the net. Is the inconsistency or seemingly inconsistency of the officiating bothersome to the Bruins?
Well, it certainly seems to be a little bit unfair, but that's, you know, that's the way hockey is. I mean, sometimes you know, it happens that way. We thought we should have had a couple more called on our power play, but I guess he didn't think so. And that one on Ray, I mean, that was a questionable call, but that's the way it goes.
Cam, thanks very much. Cam Neely, our guest. Walt and John will be back with more intermission highlights right after this.
After one period of play at the Garden is 2-1 in favor of the Oilers. Now, as the Zamboni makes its way around the ice, a quick reminder to stay with us following tonight's game for the locker room comments. And speaking of the Zamboni, we could see the fog on the ice as we saw it on Sunday night in Game 3. It's warm in the Garden, as everyone knows at this time of year. Just ask those who go to the games. And the Zamboni is pretty critical at times like this. Now, outside of the fact that the machine resurfaces the ice, not many people know of the contraption or its namesake. But the Zamboni and its operator could play a big part in how the puck bounces.
Get your motor running, head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way.
Man and his machine. The man, John Grizzly.
I'm just doing a job like anybody else. I'm no big, you know, I don't help the Bruins win or lose. I have nothing to do with it. I just make ice. I just do my job.
Now, John isn't planning on giving up his job on the machine, but if he were, there would be some things you would need to know to occupy this seat. The machine is a Zamboni, named after a California ice rink owner/inventor. First name, Frank. Cost, $36,000. The principle, scrape the ice with a sharp blade, propelling the ice shavings into a collection tank. A squeegee-like device smooths water over the ice in an even film behind the machine. The amount of water used, 200 gallons per trip. Number of revolutions needed to complete a trip around the Boston Garden, 8. User-friendliness? Not much.
You just can't get on it like a regular car or whatever and drive it. You have to know how to, you know, cut, when to put down the water and stuff like that. You know, not to go too slow, too fast, stuff like that. It isn't, you know, you have to be trained in it. It's like anything else, you know.
On-the-job training provided that applicant is willing to work flexible hours.
They start you out in high school games, Walt Disney on ice, and then you progress to college games, bean pots, stuff like that. So you don't start right out at the pros. You start out like anything else. You start in the minors, then you work your way up.
Operator must be willing to perform for an audience that demands to be entertained.
Just entertainment at halftime.
It's really interesting the way they clean the ice off. I've been watching it for 3 periods.
Stage fright is a possibility. Candidate will be selected based on ability to keep cold as ice.
It's like anything. You have to get over the initial stage fright of going out there in front of 15,000 people. You don't even concentrate on the fans then. You're concentrating on the driving itself, and it becomes easier and easier.
Bumps and ruts most undesirable. Otherwise, boss may have to change job goals to achieve goals on job.
So instead of having the puck bounce off your stick while you're carrying it, throw it into the corner and let it bounce off their stick while they're trying to take it out of their end. And you'll turn it over in their end and get a scoring opportunity.
Must have ability to put up with feedback from workers in black and gold suits with hot and cold personalities.
That depends on whether they win or lose. If they win, the ice is great. If they lose, it's lousy.
One more thing. A written exam is required. The qualified candidate must be able to answer why that darn Zamboni has headlights. Obviously, it's for conditions that we see tonight with all the fog out there. By the way, Frank Zamboni, who invented the machine, recently received an honorary degree from Clarkson University. The Golden Knights presented Zamboni with an honorary Doctor of Engineering degree. So from now on, it's Dr. Zamboni. Well, it's no secret that penalties have been costly to the Bruins in this series. When we return, a look at a time when penalty killing resulted in some offense. Games 1, 2, and 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals proved one thing. It's that the Bruins cannot afford to give the Oilers the opportunity to go on the power play, especially 5-on-3. However, that has not been the case against most teams the Bruins play, as we see in this edition of Quest for the Cup. Penalty killing, which began the year as an area of concern, finished the season as the NHL's 4th best shorthanded unit, tallying 13 shorthanded goals. On January 7th in Pittsburgh, they got 2 of them in a hurry.
Starts it out in a 2-on-1 break here with Middleton. Flips to Middleton. Puts it near the net and in. A score on the follow-up. court. Kluzak gets a short-handed goal. Try to move it in again. A threat here for Boston. Casper in front. Shot. And the cheering. It's a goal.
Randy Burge.
Randy Burge won it in.
Say I Do to Romance when Jackie Lowley and Terry Angeli say I do, live on AM Boston, May 25th on TV 38.
That's the situation after one period, and with me right now, as usual, is John Pearson. John, first 10 seconds of the game, I think some of the wind taken out of the sails of the fans. Certainly not the Bruins, though, the way they...
Well, disappointing start, Walt, and they are down 2-1, but I am optimistic. I've seen some good things in this period, I really do. They're playing their positions, which is the first time in this series in the Boston Garden they have really concentrated on that. They're allowing the Oilers to freewheel a little bit, but they're still containing them enough, and they're getting some quality shots on Grant Fuhr, and even though they're down 1 goal, I like their spirit and their positional play in the first period. But I'll tell you, the Edmonton Oilers start from this guy in goal, and he is a fantastic goaltender, make no mistake about it. He's got great composure, one of his big assets, and great confidence. Bork drives one from the point, and look at how nicely he comes back up to get into position. Not a lot of room, he's very good on the angles, and he is a big, big player. But here is the opening face-off. Disappointing start for the Bruins. Anderson gets a nice little lead pass from Messier, and with great acceleration, he breaks in on Lindsman and Crowder and backhands the puck between the pads of Moog. And we're going to show you here how this thing breaks down. And the first thing that happens is right here. This is Simpson. This guy right here. Watch him hook Ray Bork. Bork wants to shoot the puck in right there, and he hooks him. Doesn't get the wood on it, and the puck squirts loose. Now we're going to stop it right there because we want to show you the kind of transition game and the acceleration that the Edmonton Oilers can create through center ice. 1, 2, 3, 4 Bruins. And they are all on the offensive zone behind these two guys right here who set the play up. This is Anderson. This is Messier. Now watch what happens. The transition and the quick acceleration by Anderson, and he breaks in by number 18, Crowder, number 13, Lindsman, and gets the opening goal. Now, this is a super play by a forward. Watch him lean slowly into this play. We're going to move it slowly right through here, using his body very effectively to protect the puck. And he sweeps the backhander. It's a tough shot for Andy Moog because the backhander is a sweeping motion, and it slips between his pads, and that's a 1-0 play for the Edmonton Oilers. They did get another goal, go out of 2 in front, 2-0, but watch this nice play by Hoggood and Middleton combining a beautiful drive, top corner, and he beats Grant Fuhr cleanly to that top side to the right of Grant Fuhr, and that was a beautiful shot set up by the composure of Hoggood because he was going to fire it originally, didn't get it away, set it up beautifully, and as he did, Fuhr went down and the puck went up.
Okay, 2-1 after 1. Let's go back to the Garden for period number 2.
Bork wraps it in wide of Fuhr. Neely hustling for it. Janney to follow up. Neely gets it. Checked in the corner. Gets it to Joyce. Joyce to Janney. Janney in traffic in the corner. Tied up. Fought for. 3 Bruins over there trying to get it. Janney does. Janney back for Bork. Bork in for Janney. Pass across, and it doesn't work. It's blocked and never reached Fuhr. And back comes Gretzky to be broken up by Bork. Too many men on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Oilers. Oh, did they get it? Yes. And the Bruins will have a 2-man advantage.
Danny Morelli must be sick. You had to call that one.
You know, it's funny because on the way back up, the fans are still in a pretty good mood. They said, Dave, all we need is a couple of 5-on-3s and we can win this. Well, I'll be darned. Of course, unlike Edmonton, didn't Edmonton have about a minute and a half worth of 5-on-3?
Minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah. Boston will have 41 seconds, but hey, who's complaining? But they do have to convert. They've got to convert on not so much the 5-on-3, but this power play situation, this 2-minute stretch right here. They've got to.
Well, you want to put your goal scorers out there.
Well, look at the freeze frame there. Now, how many guys are on the ice?
That's 6 Bruins in my book.
Well, yeah, too many men on the ice, right.
They must have put out 7. They put out 7, we put out 6. Confused everybody in the building, including us.
And the officials.
I'm going to figure this one out now.
Kevin Collins said, I know there are too many bodies out here. They're just too crowded.
The thing was, 2 Oilers come off the bench together.
Yeah.
And it was so obvious the puck was around there. The Oilers touched it. Nobody took a quick count on the Bruins.
6 Bruins, I like it.
Mark Quinzel, sharpest attack down there, isn't he?
There you go, Mark.
The draw back in the Boston end, and 36 seconds left. The seconds ticking away in the 2-man advantage. Larson breaks out now with Bork. Messier is the forward. Bork over the line is broken up, and Smith clears it. Moog out of the net to get it quickly to Bork while they try and capitalize on the 2-man advantage. Larson is broken up. And the puck in the center ice, and Messier clears it back in the Boston end. Winding up is Janney, and the Oilers set to get 1 man back. Janney, Bork. Bork rolls it in deep. Back is Gregg. Around the board, stopped by Bork. They get 1 man back. And the pass is intercepted by that 1 man who came out, Tikkanen. So it's only an ordinary power play now. Janney over the line. Janney ridden off by Lowe. Muni gets it around for Curry. Curry able to clear it out. Power play Boston. They trail 2-1. Wesley drops it in softly. Janney and Curry go to the corner, to the backboards. Fought for there. Janney comes out with it. Puts it to Neely. Neely's shot blocked by Lowe. Neely fights, keeps it in at the line. Up now for Sweeney. Sweeney check. Neely battles, keeps it in for Janney. Janney now to Neely. To Sweeney, rather. Sweeney goes behind the net and fails to make a pass off. Wesley trying to contain it, can't. Curry breaks it out. Curry fires in, and Moog makes the save. 20 seconds on the power play. In the center ice, Wesley trying to get away from Kucheniski, forced back. It's up for Hogwood, who has scored the lone goal, the rookie. Clears it in, but the penalty is just about up. And it rolls all the way down to Andy Moog again. Kluzak winding up. Larson, tip pass for Kasper. Kasper lost it, and it's back in the Boston end. Kucheniski hauls down. Now McClellan with it, hauls down Kluzak. McClellan trying to wrap it in from a tough angle, tied up for a save. Edmonton 2, Boston 1. We'll return to the Garden in a moment.
The new.
Pretty warm tonight. Pretty warm. Fog down the end to our left. Andy Moog not operating in the fog quite as much. That's a little bit on the humid side, huh?
Fogometer?
Yeah, the fogometer.
Face-off in the Boston end. It's Kluzak chased by Curry and Tikkanen. Tikkanen wraps it around for Gretzky. Gretzky trying to put it in front. Blocked. Kasper fights Curry behind the net. Kluzak trying to come out. Up the boards, but Burridge is slowed down. Back goes Bukabaum. Check. Able to clear it out. Peterson trying to get it. Pass across on the left wing side. Kasper taps it in. He's hit by Tikkanen. Oh, a heavy hit. A dive by Marquardt. Marquardt tied up with Bukabaum. The puck back. Point. Bork shot deflected high. Fuhr entangled with Burridge. They both went down. Burridge fights for it. Fans want a slashing call. McSorley fighting for it now. Around the boards, it's cleared out by Curry. And a lost helmet by Bukabaum. Bruins put pressure on Bukabaum and McSorley then. Loose puck. Muni trying to get it. Able to sweep it up and out just in time. Bruins were ready to break in with it. Pass up stopped by Peterson. Cleared away for LeMay. LeMay check. Peterson back to Ray Bork. Up the center, O'Dwyer missed it. Kept in. Simpson now for Courtnall. A shot and a save. Moog. And that was the trade. And the Bruins sweep it up. And a breakout by O'Dwyer. 2-on-1 with Middleton. Over the line. Holding. And it's stopped. It might have been stopped by Lowe.
Yeah.
In back of Fuhr. As O'Dwyer had the chance with a cut in. And Bruins battle to keep it in. Bork wraps it up in deep. Middleton trying to cut in front. Lost it. Simpson trying to come out. Scored! A penalty on LeMay. LeMay for tripping. And it will be a power play for Edmonton. Oilers 2, Bruins 1. We'll return in a moment.
Here's O'Dwyer coming in, wants to make the play. A diving Muni calls that. It hits Kevin Lowe,
Kevin
stick
Lowe,
in
you
front of the
better
net.
believe it.
Billy O'Dwyer, low snake bit right there. Molomé sweeping for the puck.
If he had gotten the puck, he would have been all right.
Right, Dave. He makes contact with the puck, he'd have been okay.
I think the basic difference in the power plays outside of the obvious talent difference. With Edmonton, they look for Gretzky to get it into the zone, wheel around, set up, and then the Bruins have to respect all those weapons, so they can't really overplay anybody. Boston seemed to have trouble, Derek, finding somebody that could get it into the zone without coughing it up and get set up. And then even once they get set up, you challenge Bork and take your chances with the others.
Exactly. What you got to do is you got to have somebody, if they can overplay Ray Bork, that nullifies that shot from the point, the play from the point, and leaves your cornerman, who are muckers generally, to make that cute play, and it just never happened. You have to have Craig Janney on the ice to move the puck.
Power play for Edmonton. They have scored a power play goal. They lead 2-1, and the power play goal came with a two-man advantage. 5 minutes into the second period, Curry forced forward on the power play. Puck is tipped in wide of Mold. Peterson can't clear it. Stopped by Gretzky. Cuts back in front. His shot just blocked wide. And the Bruins break it out. Kuzak on the move. Kuzak with Furry. Clears it in. Knocked away by Pure, and the fog accumulating now. Again, got to be a problem for the goaltenders, but they're not saying anything. Out comes Messier. Looked offside, but the Bruins intercept and cleared it away.
Now Peterson hurt his either left wrist or left forearm. That's going to mean more Greg Hoggood if he's out for any length of time.
1:10 left on the Edmonton power play. They lead 2-1. Linsman is out with Middleton. Pass missed by Smith. He's forced to retreat. Middleton steals. Middleton. Shot. Save. Pure. Saved the day as he stole it from Smith. Puck out. Center ice. And over the line comes Tikkanen off to Gretzky. Gretzky cuts in front. Swoops around into the corner in the fog. Tough to stop in the fog. He holds it. He's broken up. Wesley breaks with Linsman. And Lowe. Save. Rebound. Wesley. A short-handed goal. Stole from Gretzky and beat Pure to tie it at 2.
Well, that's a different note. Steal it from Wayne Gretzky. Glenn Wesley, very good with the stick. He almost stole it the first time. Second time on Gretzky, he cut back on a little cocky. Glenn Wesley throws a body shift of his own, quick pair of feet, kicks it up, and away he goes. Now he's got Kenny Linsman. Lowe's trying to make him shoot. He does, but he goes for his own rebound.
And
Nobody there.
He has had such a tough time through the first 3 games of this series. This is such a big goal. His confidence is going to be sky high from here on out.
Wow. How about the Bruins attack? 2 defensemen. One is 20 and one is 19.
Love it.
And they have scored.
I think that's the major difference is the composure and the age. Bruins have a younger club. They're out trying to stir around the fog now, generate some bodies.
Say that again. Generate some bodies?
No. Generate some wind by using bodies.
Okay.
Well, you two are quick.
They ought to call on us.
You called him Dave Hogwood in the beginning, blew my brains out. I didn't mention anything.
Do you want me to listen to you or not? I mean, I can tune you out.
Whoa!
Oh,
from the blue line. Now, I was thinking if they're trying to create wind, why don't we just lean over the edge of the booth and do a normal broadcast?
And you, Dave, you're not without fault. I called it a fogometer. I make up a word, and you correct me on the pronunciation.
Hey, look, when you're having a tough ride, that's the way things go, Kurt.
I know, I guess. Well, a rookie. I'm a rookie at this, so you guys have got to, bear with me. Great play by Glenn Wesley.
Right skate.
Gretzky tried to get cute. Wesley was waiting for him.
Excellent defensive play by Kevin Lowe. Now, he's got that play shut off pretty well. But the rebound comes to Wesley.
Well, still a power play. 30 seconds left, but Burridge clears it back in the Edmonton end. 13:42 left in period number 2. We're tied at 2 on a shorthanded goal by Glenn Wesley. Oilers trying to break. Stopped by Burridge. Burridge drops it back in. Winding up now is Messier with Smith. Gregg is out there. They've taken away the 4-forward situation. Messier on Bork. Forced deep. Can't get the shot off. Behind the net, fought for it. Bruins get a man out. Fight for it. Bork pounces on it. Gets a face-off. And Kluzak ready to go at Messier. Messier.
Are you going to give Messier a penalty?
With the score of Boston 2, Edmonton 2. We'll return to the Garden in a moment.
Well, the crowd is into it again. They were pretty quiet when the Bruins failed to convert on that 5-on-3 and then 5-on-4 power play, but Glenn Wesley brought them to their feet, and they're vocal now. Well, we got a second, Derek. I just got to congratulate you and Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito as chairman of the BFI Celebrity Golf Tournament yesterday to benefit the Special Olympics. Tremendous tournament, run perfectly, and it was just a great time, and I hope you made a lot of money for the kids.
BFI's been doing that for years. It was originally for Norman Levier. Great tournament.
Joyce breaks it out on the faceoff. Teams are at full strength. Joyce trying to get around low. Dowes goes to the corner, puts it in front. It's knocked away. Bork was in front looking for that pass as he was attacking with Joyce. Now McClellan starts it away off for Kevin Lowe. Cleared in all the way to Moog. Moog clears it all the way out looking for Neely. Neely connects. Neely clears it in wide of Moog. Uni winding up. Can't clear it out. Stopped by Larson. Fired back in. A save by Fuhr. At the backboards. Janney there. Janney. Joyce. They fight for it along the boards. Behind Fuhr. Neely trying to get it. Held by Lowe. Penalty on Lowe for holding. Joyce. Janney keeps it in. Janney wheeling. Now they're calling the holding. And the Bruins had possession. I don't understand that. However, with the score of Boston 2, Edmonton 2, we'll return to the Garden in just a minute. Face off to the right of Fuhr. Linsman out on the power play with Sweeney and Crowder. Wesley. Back for Wesley. Wesley fires. Scores! Power play goal for Glenn Wesley. His second in a row. Bruins lead 3-2.
Well, let the kids play all night.
Grant Fuhr is human.
You know, ironically enough, we're talking to Grant Fuhr between periods, but it was an interview that was taped prior to tonight's game. I don't know if he had this was in mind.
That was a perfect shot by Glenn Wesley. You'll find this go. Great face-off by Kenny Linsman. He drags it onto his forehand. Fuhr does not, if you see him at the top of your screen, move over far enough. It's just a perfect shot.
He was screened a little bit on that. He didn't react until that puck.
I don't think so, Dave. I think he was actually really thought he had it.
Boy, he moved awful late on it, Derek.
But Glenn Wesley, he has 6 goals in playoff for Boston. A clear in deep, Fuhr out to play it against LeMay. LeMay got there to prevent the icing. Bruins battle to keep it in. Kluzak wraps it up. It's blocked. And the Oilers started out. The long clear into the Boston end. Moog is out. Puchelniski there. Moog gets it around for Hoggood. Hoggood has scored a goal. The youngster breaks it out. From center ice, clears it in. Pekin Motor. Round the boards, Mo LeMay. Wraps it in. Oh, takes a heavy elbow from Kukabaum. Puck in the corner. The fog certainly a factor here. Mo LeMay keeps it in. Check. Crowder goes behind the net. Puts it back for Peterson. Peterson a shot. The save. Heavy action in front. O'Dwyer flattened. No call. Back comes McClellan. McClellan over the line. Pass in deep taken by Peterson. Peterson up for O'Dwyer. The clear out. Wrapped back into the Boston bench, and the face-off call. And Morrell's got to call him. Bukabaum wiped out O'Dwyer 30 feet in front of the net. No call.
Bukabaum wiped out Molame against the boards. No call. Right here, this is the Major League, National League elbow.
Molame, look at the elbow.
Right there, he winds up. Down. Now, why in God's name doesn't he call that?
Gotta call that.
In front, there's Billy O'Dwyer getting hooked. Now he gets a knee and trips.
Here's O'Dwyer being
there.
dumped by Bukabaum. Bukabaum's being given a free license to go out there and do whatever he wants.
That's Molame getting tripped bottom of the screen. He doesn't call anything.
Come on, Denny. I know you got a tough job, but don't make it tougher on yourself. You got to lose control of this.
Well, that's hard to believe, not calling those. Well, because he just called one.
Then again, Fred, the call on Peterson earlier was hard to believe, too. He's calling him, but just when is he going to call them? You don't know. But I don't want to be accused of belaboring on the officials again. Bruins are flying now. They're flying now.
They make themselves so suspect by doing that. By letting those calls go. There's 16,000 people here. Everybody on television is going, well, why didn't they call something?
Yeah.
One of the three, anyway. Great play here by Linsman to Wesley. Tees it up. Kiwi's looking exactly where he put it. I don't see too many people follow through and look where you're putting it.
Boy, that looked like it may have tipped Messier's stick on the way by Derek and took off.
I don't think
Fred?
So.
It looked like an immediate tip.
Yeah.
It is his 6th goal, 2nd in a row. He has one shorthanded. Here's Curry on Kruzak, holding over the line. The pass in, knocked wide, taken over by Sweeney. Bork covered Tikkanen in front. And the Bruins, Bork starts it out. Quick clear out by Middleton. The Oilers take over. Curry with it. Now back to Mooney. In the center ice, an errant pass, and they have to start the play again. Kevin Lowe drops it in the Boston end. The Bruins lead 3-2. Goal by their defenseman. Kruzak works it away carefully to Sweeney. Sweeney out with Kruzak on the move. Kruzak lost it at the line. And a break back here for Gretzky with Bork back. Gretzky looking for a trailer. Gives it to him. Curry shot blocked. Never reached Andy Moog. 3-2 Boston. Kruzak wraps it out. Then up to Gretzky again. Gretzky with that trailer pass, and he set up Curry. Curry's shot was blocked. Bork trying to move it out. Can't. Fought for it. And now the Bruins have it. Sweeney breaks it out. They run a line change as he drops it in. Wide. Halfway through the game, Boston leads 3-2. Their goals by Hogga, the 20-year-old rookie. First in the National Hockey League. First in the playoffs, of course. And 2 by Wesley, 1 shorthanded. Oilers break it out. Pass cross for Simpson. The drop pass checked by Burridge as he covered the trailer. And here's Reed Larson throwing a punch. The net dislodged. Let's see what's called here.
Well, Morrell's standing right there, but there's no hand up.
With the score of Boston 3, Edmonton 2, we'll return to the Garden in a minute.
Oh, Reed Larson loosened up his right hand and didn't get penalized for it.
This is what happens when you don't call penalties, and you get in a situation. The guys are going to start to even it out for themselves. You can't take the goaltender out. Reed Larson, just a real right hook in there. Prior to that, gets away with it.
Draw to Larson. Larson drops it over the line. Burridge trying to move in. Could be a penalty shot. Could be a penalty shot. Burridge was breaking in alone behind the defense.
It better be.
He's whistling the guy out. Oh, he's calling magic penalties?
He's got Marquardt. Okay.
Well, there's got to be an extra one now for the trip. I mean, he had gotten by the defense. We're going to have to wait. Just going to have to wait and see what numbers go up there, but nothing has gone up on the board yet. And he's calling magic penalties.
Boston penalty number 17, Nevin Marquardt. 2 minutes for Brubaker. Time of the penalties, 10 minutes, 28 seconds.
Nevin Marquardt back. Got Craig Simpson. Simpson. He's been looking for him for a while.
Well, this is not a good penalty, Derek. If that's the case, Bruins are going on the power play.
Well, he's in. Burge is in cold. Good strip.
All right, so there's your power play.
Good play by
little
Reed
soft
Larson.
pass, yeah.
Loose. Now he's tripped cold. How did Marquardt pick up his?
Marquardt for
Obviously
roughing.
he did something extremely aggressive.
Boston leads 3-2. Goals by Hoggett, 2 by Wesley, 1 short-handed. Anderson and Tikkanen for Edmonton. 9:32 left, second period. Janney trying to slide right in. Candace back to Kluzak. Quick clear in. McSorley wheels it around and out. Kluzak with it. Flips it back in. Knocked away. And a lead pass for McClellan. McClellan ridden off by Kluzak. Acton there. Kluzak falls on the puck. And I tell you, the fog is a factor. It is here. And it keeps coming back. Look at it.
Think Vincent Price ought to be refereeing this one?
But down on that ice, right?
He'd do a better job.
It'll affect a 140-foot shot. But in the short range or between the blue lines, you can see the puck quite clearly when you're on the ice.
You have played in the fog,
Oh,
right?
yes. I've been in the fog on
Many a time. That's a different type of fog.
No, on the ice in the fog.
Well, the great one getting the cat calls after asking Denny Morrell a favor or two.
Well, I am rapidly turning into the underdog on this team, and everybody comments to me how cruel you guys are to me.
Well, Nesson's big league coverage continues right after tonight's hockey game, and we go live to the Kingdome in Seattle for the game between the Red Sox and the Mariners. We'll be picking up the game in progress immediately following our game here at the Garden. The Sox and Mariners right after Bruins hockey tonight on Nesson. You know, before we broke away to talk about the Sox, the camera shot was on John Muckler. Will he or won't he be the coach next year? Will Glenn Sather be giving up his coaching duties to take it easy and concentrate on the
He's also been mentioned for the Pittsburgh job as well.
I would think, knowing the system, knowing the players, and liking the area, I think he'd want to stay right where he is.
In Edmonton, I would believe so. Ricky Lee is also mentioned for that job, a tremendous minor league coach.
I also heard Eddie Johnston's name mentioned.
They want him to coach.
He doesn't need that.
He's general manager. I don't think EJ needs the aggravation.
Krushelnyski is out. The faceoff is to the left of Moog. 3-2 Boston. 9:13 left in the second period. The draw back for Kluzak. Around the boards. Bruins trying to work it out. Janney can't do it. Checked on the boards. Acton right after it. Gets it. Wheels it back in front. Shot. Save Moog. Puck off to Kluzak. Up the boards. Janney gets it. Loses it. It's back for Acton. Acton fires it in. Krushelnyski gets it behind the net. Trying to put it in front. Does right in the stick of Joyce. Joyce out. 3-on-2 for the moment. Joyce over the line. Back for Janney. Janney is checked by Krushelnyski. Covered. Knocked down by Krushelnyski now. And back comes Acton. A big chance here. A couple of Bruins are trapped. Peterson breaks it up behind the net for Bork. Bork around and the Bruins break it out. Here now comes Janney again with Crowder. They run into each other. The puck drives in front is knocked away. McSorley trying to clear it out. Does. Lacombe with it. To Krushelnyski. Put back in. Bork. Back for Crowder. Crowder away now for LeMay. Looking for Linsman. He's covered all the way by McTavish. They battle. Sticks high. Puck bounces to center ice. And over the line comes Courtnall trying to bear in. A dive by Peterson. Broke him up. McTavish back to get it. Drops it for Muni. A hit by Linsman. Oh, they collided. Peterson trying to move it out. Can't. Peterson breaks up McTavish. Bork fell down in the corner. Can't clear it out. Kept in by Lacombe. The shot blocked by Peterson, who's everywhere. And away comes LeMay. 3-2 Boston. LeMay over the line. Try to cut in. Ridden off. And Fuhr clears it away. This is icing. Should be. And Glenn Wesley, who scored 2 goals, back to touch it. The score, Boston 3, Edmonton 2. We'll return to Boston Garden in a minute.
Al Peterson, who left the ice holding his left arm earlier, comes up with a couple of monster plays. Broke up Courtnall there.
Three big ones in a row. Kenny Linsman, a little knee, a little cuff in the back of the head.
A little trim.
Right there. A little high stiff.
You want to leave the sideburns, or should I take those off too?
A little trim.
Face off, O'Dwyer on it. It's Gregg with it. Around for Buka-Baum. Can't move it out. Kept in. Larson now knocked out center ice, covered by O'Dwyer. He clears it back in. Gregg, Buka-Baum, away to center ice to Curry. Gretzky open on the right wing side. Gretzky coming up. Checked by Wesley. Has it though. Drops it back to the point. Blocked. And the Bruins break it out. Middleton. A lead for Sweeney. Sweeney over the line on Smith. Cuts across in front. Leaves it for Larson. Larson moving in deep. Bruins have moved that defense up. Larson falls down. Jams it up in the corner. Gets the face-off. It will be outside the line, but Larson wanted that face-off. But the Bruins are not sitting on a 3-2. Those defensemen are moving with the opportunities.
Got to. You're in motion. Go for it.
Well, Wesley's goals have really pumped this club up, and now they're just flying. They have left caution to the wind now. They're playing good, solid, tight checking hockey, and they're going when the opportunity is there, and they are really playing it physical in the Edmonton end, hoping that maybe the Oilers will cough it up and give them another scoring opportunity. Of course, Denny Morrell has been quite liberal in his calls, and he's allowing a lot of the physical stuff, so both teams are going to carry it as far as they can.
Boston penalty number 42, Bob Sweeney.
Yeah, Randy Gregg, meet Bob Sweeney.
Time of the penalties, 13 minutes, 5 seconds. Smith.
Billy O'Dwyer wanted a piece of Tikkanen.
At 13:05.
How did Steve Smith get the 2 instead of Randy Gregg?
I don't know.
Denny Morrell obviously didn't have to pay for a seat tonight.
It's like a raffle. When it blows the whistle, who's going to get it? It's a total toss-up.
Boston leads 3-2, 6:55 left in the second period. Boston 19 shots. They have 8 in this period. And Edmonton now with 4 shots in the period. Then Wesley, 2 goals, a shorthanded and a power play to give Boston the lead. McSorley, long shot and a save by Moe through the fog. Cusack trying to come out. Gets it to center ice. Blocked. And the Oilers, a lead back for Krushelnyski. He can't hang on. And Cusack wraps it out. Buka-Baum clears it back in. Buka-Baum is playing a lot. Trying with Shorley. Back on the right side. McClellan with it. Boy, that fog really accumulating at the Boston end now. Krushelnyski keeps it in the corner. Hawgood is there. Battles for it. Clears it around the boards. Buka-Baum able to keep it in, though. In deep into the corner. Cusack fighting for it. Cusack trying to tie it up. Gets a whistle. And the whistle is because of the fog.
Yeah, I don't quite understand it. It seems to be following Andy Moog. Is the play that much more in the Boston end than the Edmonton end? I mean, in the
Edmonton end, because where the movement is, where the fog lessens.
Boy, there you go. I didn't know you were big on physics.
What is the equation? Less fog, more movement? Is that it?
Yeah.
Keep skating.
Well, if it's both ends of the building, it'll go away. But if one end of the building gets ignored, the fog will come up.
It's found on page 46.
Back in my memory, it seems to me I've seen the players have sheets out.
Yeah. Remember in Buffalo they had sheets out.
Well, let's get them out because we're getting 2 minutes of play and 2 minutes of fog.
I think they carry the Stanley Cup too far. I mean, you got to get it off from better weather. Remember in St. Louis it was bad in May.
Dale Rogers of Toronto, Ontario is here. Fantastic.
Well,
with or without the horse?
With or without the horse.
Didn't they stuff the horse?
Dale Evans, isn't it?
Like we said earlier.
Right, yeah.
Kevin, a teacher in Somerville brought Sal Saporito here, enjoying the game, friend of Terry O'Reilly's.
That was a nice thing to do.
Yeah. Wanted to see a Bruins game.
The Bruins
Good luck charm.
Relatively quiet in front of Moog, but the Edmonton Oilers, a team of snipers, can move with lightning speed at any moment, and Boston knows that. The line now is Messier, Simpson, and Anderson. And we're set to go. Drop it before the fog accumulates. It's back to Bukabaum. His shot, high, missed. Kept in by Anderson, trying to put it in front, can't do it. Linsman into the corner behind the net. Kluzak battling for it with Messier. Back to get it, Bork. Bork holding, controlling. Fires it up. And racing Linsman. Linsman prevents the icing, gets the puck. Linsman wheels in the zone, puts it in front. And Crowder is hammered down. A penalty on Crowder. He is just clobbered in front of that net by Simpson, who's going out.
Well, you'll have to pardon me, but how did Kenny Linsman not get a cross-check?
I don't know.
Get the puck?
That was a Major League cross-check. Kenny Morrell let it go.
Oh, Kenny.
And Simpson ends up with a penalty. So now Edmonton Oilers fans and Glenn Sather got a reason to squawk.
A good hustle by Linsman, but watch the cross-check.
He even reaches back for it.
McSorley down. Gets the puck.
Now the play across to Crowder. Simpson just body leverage. Crowder was already down, really.
Well, this for both teams, it's like playing the lottery. Just have to wait and see if your number comes up.
It is. Tough way to play this game when you don't know what they're going to call.
No sense in arguing because there's no rhyme or reason. So I mean,
both teams skating pretty good.
Don't react logically.
Power play. Janney on the draw back for Lowe. Lowe trying to move it out. It's taken by Janney. Janney holding. McTavish watching. Back for Wesley. Wesley in for Neely in the corner. Neely hit by Lowe and broken up. And McTavish trying to clear it out. Can't. Wesley kept it in. Joyce knocked flat by Muni. And the puck is cleared. Back for it, Wesley. He's on with Bork. Wesley with 2 goals, 1 shorthanded, 1 power play. Off for Bork. Bork clears it in. Around the boards, low. Neely. It bounces for McTavish, and he's able to clear it out. Ray Bork over to Wesley. Wesley drops it in. Going for it, Crowder. Crowder behind the net. Trying to drop it. Can't do it. Low. Hauled down by Crowder, and Crowder is going out. Crowder is out for holding with 1:06 left on the Boston power play. Each team will be short a man.
Hey, if you think it's frustrating, how would you like to be at either bench?
Well, both coaches are going, I don't know what they're doing.
All you can do is just
once
play
you
it
take
physically.
your hand off the stick, Crowder gets hit here. Now he tugs his head twice, 3 times. You can't reach down and grab his arm. Now Muni loses his balance on his own, but Crowder looked guilty. Craig McTavish, there's a look that'll... Oh, well,
Let me
what are
just
you
get
doing?
out of the way, you know. I know you're upset, Keith. I didn't mean to have it happen. You know, all you can do is just keep playing it physically and just hope the whistle doesn't blow, that's all.
I hope your penalty killers do the job.
Really.
For Edmonton, their goals by Anderson. Tikkanen scored with a 2-man advantage for Boston. Hoggood, the rookie, 20-year-old rookie up from junior hockey, first NHL goal. Glenn Wesley shorthanded, and Glenn Wesley in a power play. Long drive by Reed Larson. Shot by Fuhr, dropped off. Each team short a man now. Linsman is out with Sweeney. Larson is out with Wesley. Puck to Wesley. Going to make a play up for Sweeney. Sweeney checked on the boards. Gretzky is out there. And, boy, a real number by Greg on Linsman right into the Oilers bench.
Well, Tikkanen popped Sweeney from behind, and now Bob's going over to Asa to say, hey, now that I'm square up to you, what do you say we get it on?
Kenny Linsman's leaning on the other bench with his elbow, fixing his equipment. Insulting them. Just giving rib after rib.
This 4-on-4 situation, kind of situation that Gretzky thrives on. Give him a little extra ice to work with.
Give him the ice out there to make the play and the time to make the play.
course, now that I've said
He's
that, they
dangerous.
take Gretzky out. Say must have heard us, huh?
That's it. I'm not following up on you, Steve.
He doesn't pay any attention to it.
Acton out with Krushelnyski, 46 seconds. It will be a power play for about a minute for Edmonton. 4:31 left in period number 2. Bruins lead 3-2. Lensman draws deep for Larson. Krushelnyski after him. Checking him, breaking him up. Now they fight for it in the corner. Krushelnyski, Sweeney back there. Moog out of the net. Gets it away to Wesley. Wesley in the fog. Gets it up for Sweeney. He breaks 2-on-2 with Lensman. Sweeney over the line. Coming up. Larson, the drop pass. Knocked away. And into center ice for Krushelnyski. He's over the line looking for a trailer. Holds. It's Gretzky. Gretzky over. Shot. And he missed the net. Never saw it in the fog. Whoa. That was Gretzky there with that chance. And Dennis Morrell says the fog is too much. And he blows the whistle. That's a break for Boston. Because in 8 seconds, a man advantage for Edmonton.
But all your penalty killers just sit and get a breather right now. They'll have 55 seconds, too, on the power play.
The penalty killers weren't on the ice.
If a baseball game is called after 5 innings of play, the team that's ahead wins. Can't they call this off right now?
Nice try, Fred.
Yeah, we're past the halfway mark. It's a
Sure.
This is you go to the end till the fat lady sings.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you got only Wayne Gretzky coming at you. He's going for upper corner. He just misses it.
You're going to have to put a bell on that puck. How else are you going to follow it?
He did that in Calgary in overtime. He found that corner. He's looking for it. Just.
Well, Fred, I can understand picking him up as Krushelnyski. As the puck went up, Krushelnyski waved, and Gretzky came up and didn't go any farther than center ice. And as soon as Gretzky...
But I haven't seen Gretzky really work that trailer play too much in his earlier years. He could do it in devastating. When Coffey was there, he could go into the corner and drop it back. Coffey would be at center ice, come in, collect, and
Gretzky
whammo.
made the statement, Paul Coffey not being there is going to cost him 50 points.
And now, almost that power play situation. Burridge battling for it over the Edmonton Oilers line. Trying to tie it up. Goes loose. Luzak gets it. Clears it up. Knocked away. Bruins now battle in the Edmonton zone. They're shorthanded, the Bruins. Finally, away comes Simpson. Gretzky is out there with him. Simpson over the line to Gretzky. Touch pass. Broken up by Casper. Lost again. Cleared across. Smith in. Shot. Scores! A deflected shot. Maybe Gretzky.
I think Simpson, Fred, may have gotten a stick on it. I think it was Craig Simpson sitting out in front. What a shame, too, because Stevie Casper had that and just couldn't get the handle on it to clear the zone. And bang, it's back on Gretzky's stick, and the nightmare begins.
Once your body's standing still, the puck drifts away from you. This goes to an
of the Stanley Cup Championships. Once again, a power outage at Boston Garden. The score after 2 periods at the Garden is 3-3. Edmonton getting a goal late in the second period, and we understand that they have the emergency lights back on right now, so we'll see what happens with period number 3. Well, you know, as the curtain begins to fall on the 1987-88 NHL season, it is time to hand out the hardware. Monday afternoon, the NHL dished out some of its postseason awards at a ceremony at the Park Plaza Hotel.
Although no Bruins picked up any of the hardware, we thought it might be a good time to recognize some of the Bruins' accomplishments of 1988, the season that brought the Bees to the brink of their first Stanley Cup championship in 16 years. The Calgary Flames' Joe Nieuwendyk is a shoo-in for the Calder Trophy as the league's top rookie, but Glenn Wesley cops the Bruins Calder for his stellar play on the Boston blue line. Wesley's outstanding play almost overshadowed Bob Sweeney's super first year, while a couple of ex-Olympians, Bob Joyce and line mate Craig Janney, will both be eligible for next year's Calder. Rick Middleton is the Bruins' Lady Byng Trophy winner for the season past. When was the last time you saw Middleton in the penalty box? We can't remember either, and they don't come any more sportsmanlike than the nifty one. No other Bruin has had a more satisfying season than Gord Kluzak. After sitting out last season with major knee problems, Kluzak played the best hockey of his career this season. Although the Kings' Bob Bourne won the Masterton Trophy, Gord's perseverance and dedication to the game was inspirational and earned him a place among the 3 finalists for the award. The Conn Smythe Trophy is awarded to the playoff MVP, and the Bruins wouldn't be in the Stanley Cup Finals if not for Reggie Lemelin. He was Mr. April and Mr. May and was the most valuable Bruin in their quest for the Cup. Terry O'Reilly not only coached the Bruins, but he set a tone for this team. He stressed the work ethic that he exhibited as a player and took a team with no recent playoff success to the Stanley Cup Finals. Why he wasn't a Coach of the Year finalist is a mystery. Quite simply, he should have been. Finally, the man who really makes the club go now wears number 77 on his back, and Raymond Bourque is a clear choice as Bruins MVP. Not only is Bourque the Bees' most valuable player, his gesture on December 3rd makes him their most valuable person as well. In a season of many memories, Bourque's class act during Phil Esposito's jersey retirement left the most lasting impression.
Well, our award for best use of the telestrator, this little instrument right here, goes to John Pearson. And when we return, John will break down the second period action, so stay with us. Garden, it is Bruins 3 and Oilers 3. They are still trying to get the lights back on at North Station. As we've told you just a little while ago, there has been a power outage, and we'll have third period action coming up for you shortly. Now, should the Bruins win tonight, you can catch Game 5 right here on TV 38 Thursday night beginning at 9 o'clock. And, of course, Game 6 will be Saturday at 7:30 at the Garden. And Game 7, all these if necessary, Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. Once again from Edmonton, you can catch that game right here on TV 38. Now, as far as the Red Sox, the next TV 38 Red Sox telecast will be Friday night, 10:30, when the Sox take on the Athletics in Oakland. Maybe a little payback time for the Sox after what the A's did to them at Fenway, taking 2 out of 3. Well, John Pearson's second period analysis comes up next.
Right from the very start, Bobby Orr was special. Everyone just seemed to know that the 18-year-old from Parry Sound, Ontario, was going to make us all stand up and take notice. Robert Gordon Orr came into the National Hockey League in 1966 with more fanfare than any player in the history of the league, with a record-signing bonus and the hopes of a city starving for a winning hockey club resting squarely on his shoulders. The Bruins had owned Bobby's rights at age 14, so the expectations when he finally arrived in Boston were incredible. It could have been overwhelming.
The Bruin club itself made it easy for me. You know, I played a style that not many defensemen played. I like to carry the puck. I was an offensive defenseman, and they could have said, hey, we want you to change your style. If you're going to play in the pros, you have to change your style. They did not do that. They let me go, and you know, that was a big help to adjusting to NHL play and have to change my style would have been very, very difficult. And they did not ask me to change, so that was a big plus for me.
All right, we're sorry to interrupt the feature on number 4, Bobby Orr, but we're going to return now to Boston Garden and go back to Sean McDonough. Sean?
All right, thank you very much, Walt, and I'm joined here by Nevin Marquardt. We were just talking seconds ago about the possibility of playing the game tonight, Nevin, and the word has come down now that we have it from 2 official National Hockey League sources that the game will not be played tonight and they're going to let you go home. And I know you feel that's the right decision, Nevin, because we were talking a little while ago and there is the increased risk of injury should you fellas have had to go back out there and play tonight.
Well, Sean, it is tough for the guys. Most of the guys have all showered up. They've got their street clothes on, and they were told about half an hour ago that it was going to be stopped, and we were going to resume it at some point. We really haven't gotten any word of what they're going to do with the game at this point, but it would be tough to go out and put your gear back on and go back out on the ice. But I look at it as though there really isn't much of an alternative. I think that really they have to keep playing it at this point because the Celtics have the building for the next 2 days, and it's going to be an awfully tough, logical situation for them to work out what they want to do to get this last 23 minutes in. But you know, that's what they're paid to do, the management, so they can go out and iron this out.
What are the Bruins going through, and yourself included, emotionally? I mean, you're playing very well tonight. We talked earlier with Billy O'Dwyer over the telephone, and he thought this was by far the best performance for the team thus far. I mean, it's such an amazing thing that's happened here tonight, but emotionally, what are you people feeling?
Well, we're on the brink of elimination, and I think we're treating it that way. We're treating it as though there's no tomorrow, and we have to do everything we can to win the game. It's so tough to play under these circumstances because one little mistake can end your season, and especially tonight under the circumstances you're in the fog, you don't know where you are out on the ice. You know, there were a couple of instances out on the ice when I didn't even know where the puck was, you know, and so I was just going to my check and hoping that, you know, the puck wouldn't come to him or I'd be in big trouble out there. But it's I've really never been in this situation before where I've been down 3-0. We've had a lot of trouble with Montreal over the years, but I think that we've got a positive attitude. We'd like to win this game. You know, you have to win every game now as far as that goes, but if you win the next game in Edmonton, you put a lot of pressure on them when you come back to Boston for Game 6. So I think that as negative as a situation as it isn't as negative. I think we're approaching it a lot more positively, and we're trying to turn it around and see what we can do.
I think you have to wonder what is going to happen next. First, we had the referees walk off the job in New Jersey. Now the power failure here tonight at the Boston Garden. You mentioned the only alternative might have been to play tonight, although it does not seem like they're going to do that. Another scenario that we have heard is an afternoon game tomorrow before the Celtics game. What would be your feelings about that, and would that be difficult?
Well, it's whatever they want to do. I mean, if that's the way they want to approach it and have a matinee tomorrow afternoon, I think that the players are going to be willing to play. As long as management sets something up, we'll be, both teams will show up to play the game. I don't know how convenient that is for the fans to show up for an afternoon game. They're not really used to doing that during the work week, but whatever they decide to do, we'll be willing to play it.
Nevin, thanks very much. We appreciate you coming over here on a most interesting night at the Boston Garden. Whenever they do resume, good luck to you and the Bruins.
Thank you, Sean.
Nevin Marquardt, our guest. Back to you, Walton John.
Okay, Sean, thank you. And Nevin, thank you very much. I still like John Pearson's suggestion. Call it a tie and then just head off to Edmonton to play Game 5. And if we need a Game 6, play Game 6. If we need a Game 7, play Game 7. And we'll worry about it after that if we get to that point. Anyway, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back on TV 38 with more Boston Bruins Stanley Cup. Just scored, Craig Simpson getting the goal to tie the game at 3 after Glenn Wesley had scored a shorthanded goal and a power play goal earlier in the period to give the Bruins a 3-2 lead. Now, they had sent all the fans out of the building when the lights went out, for security reasons, of course. The players went off the ice, they showered, they dressed in street clothes, but they were told by some of the NHL officials, John Ziegler not one of them, I don't think he's at the game, but they were told to hang around because they still might finish this hockey game, which isn't sitting too well with either the Bruins or Edmonton, because as we heard Nevin Marquardt mention and tell Sean McDonough just a few minutes ago, it greatly adds to the risk of injury when you have a team that has been playing like that, and then you force them to sit down and get cold and so on and so forth. So this is the scene right now from the Garden, as I believe that they're waiting to hear an official announcement that this game is postponed. Now, John Pearson, you had mentioned that what they could do possibly is just call this game a draw, and the series would stand at 3-0-1 in favor of Edmonton, and then just go back to Edmonton because the Oilers still have to win a 4th game.
Well, Walt, too, the problem with trying to play the game tonight at some point is that the players, not only the injury factor, but the tension of having been in that do-or-die effort by the Bruins and then having the game interrupted to get back and to crank it up and get that level back up again would be extremely difficult for the Boston Bruins, more so for the Bruins than for the Edmonton Oilers.
Not only that, but I mean, with nobody in the fans, the 14,000 plus out of there, that would make it doubly tough for the Bruins to get on track.
Yeah, it would sound like a a vacated bandbox bouncing around to the puck. No question.
This is a wild and woolly night in the National Hockey League history. I'll tell you, they've had some strange things go on in the past, but actually it's been a strange Stanley Cup playoff when you consider the blackout in Montreal, when you consider Mo, Larry, and Curly on the ice in New Jersey, and I don't mean that derogatorily, it's just that it's easier to refer to them as Mo, Larry, and Curly, and of course John Ziegler being nowhere in sight, either for the New Jersey in the Schoenfeld and Koharski incident, and of course I don't think he's taken in one game in the Stanley Cup Finals. But that's the story, and as we mentioned, the Celtics are in the building tomorrow night, and of course on Thursday night as well against the Detroit Pistons. And hopefully, I would assume right now the big concern as far as the workers at the Garden is to make sure that whatever problem existed tonight and led to this, it's corrected so it doesn't happen tomorrow night.
And then you've got the concern of the Edmonton game Thursday night, which is supposed to be played but may not get played if a change in the scenario based on, say, they play tomorrow afternoon, which seems to me extremely unlikely in terms of what they would have to do to organize that kind of a game. What time do you start it? The Celtics, I believe, start at 8 o'clock. Big transition at the Garden, although those guys at the Garden are fantastic, the way they move that floor in and out all season long, and they've done it a couple of times in the playoffs. They're incredible the way they do that.
If I'm not mistaken, I think their record is somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 hour and 20 minutes in making the transition, but an interesting situation here, and once again, it's 3-3 with 3:23 left in the second period when the lights went out, and it's a strange situation when it happens once, but it's happened to the Bruins twice in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Well, also too, Walt, it's strange in terms of this was the best game for the Bruins. I mean, they really I saw a lot of good things out there that happened in the first period and in the second, and they seemed to be on an upbeat. Whether they could win this game or not, it's anybody's guess, but they certainly were playing extremely well, and the penalty to Crowder cost them a goal, but that's what happens when you're talking Edmonton power play.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back on TV 38. I don't think they're going to be playing hockey tonight at Boston Garden, and I just want to say thank you to John Pearson and everyone else for helping fill the time as we've been waiting to see what's going to happen. But, John, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you Thursday night.
Well, I'll be here for the next game, whenever that might be.
We'll all be here for the next game, whenever that might be. Stay tuned next as we join The Odd Couple, already in progress. Have a good night.